This is QB Unfiltered. I'm Coach Keith Simons, and this is my take. Tonight, New England is in trouble. Any football team and organization at any level is the least racially driven gathering of people anywhere in the country. In other words, racial issues on a football team is extremely rare. Okay, I've been a player and a coach for 50 years. As a player, I played Pop Warner, junior high, high school, junior college, and at the four-year level in college. As a coach, I coached high school, junior college, and at the four-year level. In 50 years of playing and coaching, I say what every other former player and former coach has said, and that is football players and coaches don't give a shit what color your skin is. All right? Football players, what they care about. And I'm talking about teammates now. What they care about in a teammate. Can you play? Can you help us win? Are you a great teammate? What's a great teammate? A great teammate is positive attitude, competitor, get after it type of guy, doesn't piss and moan and whine, picks himself off the ground when he gets knocked on his ass, competes 4 quarters, every game, all season long, busts his ass in practice, is positive, just a good guy to hang out with in the locker room, a good guy to hang around with off the field. And you know that he's got your back in the heat of the battle. That's a good teammate, okay? Can I trust you? That's the other thing that players care about in teammates. Do you have my back? Okay, that trust and do you have my back? That's huge in football. It's one of the great games where 11 players on the field can't have any success if the 10 other teammates out there aren't doing their job and having their back. And trust plays into this when we talk about doing your job. And I'm going to give you an example of that. If you're a defensive player and you're going and playing a team that runs, let's say, the triple option, and as a defensive tackle, you've got the dive back. That's your only job. When they run triple option to your side, you've got the dive back. Okay. And if you're the defensive end, you've got the quarterback. All right. You've got the quarterback. And if you're the outside linebacker, you've got the pitch guy. Okay. Those are 3 specific jobs. The D tackle has to do his, the D end has to do his, and the outside linebacker has to do his. If you don't trust your teammate, they snap the ball, and now the defensive tackle tackles the dive back, but the defensive end who doesn't trust the defensive tackle also tackles the dive back. What happens? Nobody's got the quarterback. Quarterback pulls it, and he's off to the races. Okay, same thing. The defensive tackle does his job, and he tackles the dive back. The quarterback pulls the ball, and he's got a guy in his face, so he's forced to pitch it. But the outside linebacker wants to make the big blow-up hit on the quarterback, so he forgets about the pitch guy. Quarterback spits it out there on the edge, and the pitch guy runs for 50 yards. That's what we're talking about with trust. You know, knowing that the guy next to you is going to do his job and him knowing that you're going to do your job. That makes for a great teammate. Okay. Football players work together. They laugh together. They cry together. They win together. They lose together. They accomplish goals together. They rely on each other for success. They rely on each other for strength, and they rely on each other for support. They handle adversity together. Adversity, I mean, this is why football is such a great game, right? Players are going to get beat. They're going to have to handle coming back after a loss, handling adversity. They're going to have to handle how to win properly. Those are all microcosms of life. Trusting in people, being a good teammate and a trustworthy person out there in the world, being able to handle failure, handle adversity, and also handle success in the right way. That's why football is such a great game. It teaches these guys all of that, and it also teaches them that they've got to work together with each other to accomplish their goals. Okay, and so the last thing is football players share in success together. Okay, and at the end of the day, whether you're a senior in high school or a senior in college or a 10-year veteran in the NFL, you bond with each other and you end up calling each other brother. Okay, one of the strongest terms you can give for love and affection and respect of your teammate. Okay, and race doesn't play any issue with that, none. Okay, as a football coach, what you're looking for in a player and all you care about as a football coach is, can he play? Does he have great work ethic? Is he a competitor? Is he a good student? Is he a good person? Okay. As a football coach, you want guys on your team that have great character, because great character guys are usually really good players. All right. They go hand in hand together. Is he a good person? Does he have great moral fiber? Good values? Okay. Is he solid? Will he fit in our system? Not just physically, but just the overall picture. Does he fit in our system? Does he have a great attitude? Attitudes are infectious. Either way, great attitude, horseshit attitude, they're infectious. Does he have a great attitude? Is he coachable? This is a huge one. Is he coachable? Is he a selfish player? Uncoachable players and selfish players are the quickest way for coaches to get fired. Is he physically tough? Okay. Obviously, that goes without saying. Does he make great decisions on the field and off the field? This is another big one. Does he make great decisions on the field? Again, that's the difference between winning and losing. That's also the difference between a coach keeping his job and getting fired. I always said that coaching college football was really an interesting profession, because you're relying on the fact that an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old kid's going to make the right decision at any given point in time in a game. So does he make good decisions on and off the field? Off the field. Okay, guys that are usually a pain in the ass off the field are a pain in the ass on the field and in the locker room. Is he athletic? Obviously. Does he have great feet? Okay, that goes with physical skills and being athletic. Will he represent the organization and the team in a positive manner? And does he come from a good family? Okay, that's a big one. Does he come from a good family? Guys that come from good, supportive families usually are good players to have in your program. None of those categories that we just talked about on what a coach looks for in a player has anything to do with his race, his skin color. Zero. Just recently, Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft parted ways with the New England Patriots, and Jarod Mayo was named the new head coach by Kraft, and he just gave his introductory press conference, and it was him and Kraft sitting right next to each other at the press table. And of course, the first question from the media was, what are your thoughts on, and they posed it to both guys, okay, Kraft and Mayo. What are your thoughts on being the first black head coach for the New England Patriots? And Robert Kraft started off and said, I don't see color when it comes to hiring coaches. All right. I'm looking for the best candidate for the job. I'm looking for the best coach to run my football team. End of story. And then Mayo says, well, I'm going to paraphrase him. I do see color. I do see color. And if we don't, how are we going to continue this conversation about racism? I just about fell out of my chair when he said that. I have never heard a head coach in the NFL say that. Wow. But his most amazing statement followed that. He said, we want more diversity in the Patriots locker room. What? What in the hell is he talking about? More diversity. What? That one stumps me. And so Mayo, the new coach, is more concerned about being a social justice warrior and more concerned possibly about having a diverse locker room than he is about having good football players that are coached up and winning football games based on ability, mentally and physically and heart-wise and performance-wise. So when Mayo was talking, they had the camera ISO'd on him where you couldn't see Kraft. I would love to have seen Robert Kraft's facial expressions when he was saying that. But then again, this had to have come up in their conversations before he was offered the job. Kraft had to have asked him his philosophy on stuff and got his take on, I guess, cultural issues. But maybe New England's more interested now in social experiments in their locker room than they are with winning Super Bowls. I don't know. That was just an amazing press conference. And I think that New England is in big trouble. We'll see. I'll leave it at that. This has been my take. This is QB Unfiltered. And remember, always throw the ball short to guys who can score. See ya.